Elephant Man Podcast Network, Grown Man Conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man, Moray DB. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know when new material is coming out. When new material is coming out. IG, Elephant Man Podcast underscore network. Uh, Facebook /Elephant Man Podcast. Twitter /Poster Boys. And for the YouTube, hit the Paleo Hebrew in the top right or the bottom right corner so you can know what new material is coming out. Blessings to you all. Shalom. Blessings to those who are on the playback and as well as those who are into the live. We bless, we just praise the Most High, yeah, for everybody and everything that they're doing. You're doing a real weird thing with the internet, so I got to figure out what's going on with everything so I can see. To everybody, blessings to everybody. It is going into the fall, and we got to see what's going on, man. You got to see what is going on. But you know what? You know what I always know? Nothing happens without the Most High's hand or without His permission. And another thing I know is that wars and rumors of wars got to happen. It's a part of the plan um, for thy kingdom come, thy will be done. You know, so we have to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. But we know that in order for him, the great I am, to return and sit on his throne and do his thing and rule as king, and all of the other wicked nations that have to be that doesn't submit to him, the heathen nations that does submit to him, they're going to be overthrown. So we just got to trust in the Most High Yah, His perfect love, His shalom cast out all fear. So we just thank the Most High for everything that He's done, everything that He's doing. Be getting off here in a little bit, but I just wanted to just jump on here real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot that Facebook one. No, I'm sorry, the TikTok. Subscribe to TikTok. Elephant Man 219. Go ahead and go on there and subscribe. Um, but thy kingdom come, thy will be done. You know. So we're just waiting for the return of the Most High Yah. We walk circumspectly, and it's crazy what everybody's at different places and different spaces. Um, and some folk be like, "Yo, we going for Trump. We going for what's her name, Harris, and different things like that." But at the end of the day, the Most High Yah, that's what we waiting on. We waiting on um, the kingdom of the Most High Yah to be raised, to be risen. Right? That's what we waiting on. Right? We walk circumspectly. We do what we got to do, man. We live our lives peacefully among our men, but we don't get entangled. We don't get entangled with because, in my opinion, no matter who's in there, the Hebrew, not just the Hebrew, but those who are in the kingdom of the Most High, yeah, if it doesn't enhance our situation, then we don't really participate. And then sometimes when we try to participate, um, and we try to participate, and nothing changes in our community, so we have to be that agent of change until He return. Of course, we're gonna live and let live. We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna marry. We're gonna go to graduations. We're gonna go to weddings. We're gonna go to work. We're gonna do our thing. But as far as I'm concerned, participating in their system, if it's not going to enhance us as a people or us as families, then we don't really participate in that. So if you look at this uh, statue right here, the major kingdoms within the world, the head of gold, that was Babylon back in the day, arms of silver, chest and arms of silver was Medes, Persia, belly of thighs of bronze, ancient Greece, legs of iron was Rome, and then the feet is the revived Roman Empire of clay and iron, right? And then you have a rock crushing all of the kingdoms at the end of the age. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the return of the Mashiach to set up his kingdom, you know, um, and do what he needs to do. Because even for those who are waiting on the Exodus, and we do, let's just say this, we get our Exodus and we go back to the continent, right? As you know, we go back to the continent, but it's still not thy kingdom come, thy will be done. So we're like pretty much representing the kingdom here on earth until he returned to set up his millennial kingdom, and he reign. You know, so we walk circumspectly. We don't get entangled. We don't. I'm not saying don't live in a cave, like I said before. We live our life. We do our thing, but we don't get caught up in the ups and the downs and the ins and the outs because they want to go someplace. And Isaiah 14, Hasatan said, "I want to be like the Most High Yah." Right? He want to have his own kingdom. He want to have worship. He want to have his own kingdom and do his own thing. And but the Most High is he's the only. It's only one Most High. If he's the Most High, there can't be none higher than him. I'm gonna say that again. If he's the Most High, there can be none higher than him. All praise be to Abba. Praise the Most High, yeah. So we focus on him again. Um, if you go onto the whole voting thing, it's because we hope it, we change it, and I think I've heard one person say, "Yo, man, we praying for the country, so the Most High will turn around." It's like, no, the writing's on the wall um, for this country um, and for this situation right here. The next thing at the usher in, then the next thing at the usher in, then the next thing usher in. I've even heard of things about them possibly shutting down the world again. The global lockdown stuff. They don't want to have all this movement. And again, it's above money at this point. Billions and trillions of dollars that they have. They want the bodies and souls of men. They want to control the movement of men. They want to control out of fear. Remember, because Hasatan Kingdom is operated out of fear and supposed to have new pox coming out and Corona flaring up and and supposed to new disease coming out of Africa. So they say, you know what I mean, and they go on to the next and on to the next, and they lie because they father the devil, who is the father of lies, right? And so we can't get caught all up in the fanfare and be moved by every tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine. And but like I said, in order for some to fix something and usher in their their global reset and new world order, they had to break it, or it had to be broke, right? It has to be broke in order to be fixed. If it's not broke, then what is needs to fix it. You know what I mean? And so I that's the reason why I believe they're gonna let Donald J in there because his leadership is just incredible. I just not in a good way, but like, how can anybody fall for this? You know what I mean? And they like, oh, they showing fear factors on both sides, right? I know I get the Project 2025. You know, he get in office and he gonna do all these things, and they might try to do all those things. And if it's allowed, it's because we're trying to usher in the next phase, be closer, one day closer, 1 year closer, 1 hour closer to that kingdom come, that will be done, right? Um, and then the other side, they fearful. Oh man, we can't let her in because this gonna happen and that's gonna happen. Man, look, our community is have our community changed? Did our community change, right? At all? When Barack Hussein got in there, our community looked the same. When Bush was in there, when Clinton was in there, you know, for those who remember, he supposed to be all cool. He go on there and our senior hall and play the sax and all this stuff. Our community looked the same, right? They might pass a bill here and there, but our community looked the same. So we hoping in that to change, but we just got to just walk circumspectly, and then it's about autonomy, right? We about doing for self and being led by the ruach. That's what I just really believe, right? I really believe that because it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a perpetual same thing until he come and set up his kingdom. So we just thank the Most High Yah for everything that he's done, everything that he's doing. We gonna pray. We gonna roll up out of here. Um, Came on a little bit late. We will be having more guests on soon, but I'm gonna share the screen. Present. Share screen. Galatians 6. I think it need to be more compassion, and I think it need to be more love and compassion towards one another. Um, that's one thing that we're missing: love and compassion. We need got to share it in the background, but we need more love and compassion and more understanding, and we need to practice the presence of the Most High Yah so we can listen to that still small voice. We need to be able to listen to that still small voice because it's gonna get it real ugly. Like I said, in order for them to fix it, it's got to be broke, and it's not broke because the Most High Yah made it perfect. The things that's failing is the things that we have messed up, right? But to say, man, there's too many people on the planet. It's going to be 9 billion people on the planet. So we need some people need to die. Who's has the right to say who dies and who lives, who's desirable to live and who dies, right? Global depopulation and different things like that. Only a wicked devil will want to have global depopulation. When he said, "I come that you may have life that more abundantly, not death that more abundantly." He said, "I come that you may have life in that more abundantly." Right? So I ain't gonna go into that because people think he's the angry Hebrew man, and I'm not. I'm just. I don't. We done with the games. We done with the games. We done with the lies. We done with all of that stuff. Right? And people like, well, we full of the ruach. Well, use your discernment. Use your discernment. If you full of the ruach, use your discernment. How in the world could you attach yourself to a system and say Donald J is ABCXYZ? The dude is unbelievable. The stuff that he do and say is unbelievable, and we fall for it. But we full of the ruach, but we can't be blind as a bat. Anyway, I told you I wasn't gonna go there. Well, I don't get that, man. I really don't get that. I'm not saying Kamala's any better. Go into the whole argument if she black or not, man. If she was, she had two African American parents. Is our community gonna change, or is it a puppet master? And I'm not bringing no hope message, but listen, even if she had both black parents or whatever, and she come in, but the sisters are doing it for themselves. Aretha Franklin song, and I'm every woman, and all of the whole thing. Get all of the Greeks, got all of the women, got all of the blacks, so-called African Americans, and got in there. Powers that be behind her gonna let her help us out? You gotta ask yourself those questions. Is they gonna let her help us out? No, because they got a certain way they want to go. They're gonna break the system and then quote unquote fix the system so they can have a new way of doing things. But it got to be broke first. You got to be wore out because of the wars. You got to be wore out because of the crashing of the dollar, right? And people are going to be like, man, we looking for change. See, right now people are still like, you know what I mean? But it's like, no, it's got to be so bad that folk will be like, all right, we accept what y'all got for us, and then they can usher in the Antichrist, right? Right? People over there supporting occupied Israel. I call it occupied Israel, right? They support occupied Israel, right? And they don't support true Israel, right? True Israel chopped liver, right? So that's okay. He said, He said, no man shall buy you anyway, because you're a worshiper and you worship anything at the drop of a hat. You worship yourself. You worship anything. So this time around, my beloved, I'm gonna be the only one that's gonna give worship this time around. No one else is gonna give worship. Anyway, so we just praise the Most High Yah for everything that He's doing. GLC, blessings to you, Shalom. Shalom. Stay on fire ministries. Shalom. Man, that business thing, I feel you on that business thing. I feel you on that business thing. The businesses that you guys are doing, it's encouraging. Charles West Shalom. it's very, very much encouraging because we're on some business ventures this way as well. 'Cause we got to educate our people, right? We got to educate our people. We have to walk circumspectly, like I keep saying, work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, and be connected to the true vine. That was one of the scriptures we read. Connected to the true vine, which is Yahushua HaMashiach. As long as we connected to the vine, then we gonna bear forth much fruit. Once we get disconnected from the vine, um, then we are no good for the master's use no more because we won't be bearing fruit. We won't be alive. It'll be the appearance of being alive, but we won't be alive. So we just thank the Most High Yah. But yeah, man, that thing is so good, man. Shout out to Stay on Fire Ministries down there in Tennessee. Do your thing, man. For sure, I gotta get y'all back on here. Uh, see what's going on. Anyway, I'm gonna read this right here. We gotta have more compassion towards one another. We don't want to have a hard heart because if we have a hard heart because of the events and things that go on this in this world, if we have a hard heart, then we won't be able to hear the still small voice. I'm gonna say it again. If we have a hard heart, we won't be able to hear the still small voice, right? And we gotta pray for one another. So I'm gonna read that scripture, then we're gonna pray, and then we're gonna get off. So let me get this scripture back up. All right, here we go. Galatians 6:1. Brethren, if a man is overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such as one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest they also be tempted. So if somebody's overtaken in a fault, you restore them in the spirit of meekness, right? You pray for them. There we go. I was looking for it. Why was it cut off like that? Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. That right there is front and center today. If a man thinking himself to be something when he is not, he deceiveth himself. Now I'm not saying live beneath your means and tuck your tail and uh, lived in condemnation, but don't think you're all that in the bag of chips, right? He said he resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble, right? He gives witty inventions to the humble. He said, "I give you wells you haven't dug and vineyards you haven't even planted," right? And sometimes it's not even up to us to have the resources, but I'll give you favor with people who got the resources. Sometimes it's for us to get the resources, but sometimes you say, look, don't even worry about accumulating it. I'll give you favor with somebody who got the resource. And they got no ulterior motives. They're not no puppet master trying to puppet, you ain't got to jump through hoops and loops and walk on eggshells because they got the resources, right? Because at the end of the day, all the resources belong to me. I own a cattle on 1,000 hills. But you walk circumspectly with me, I'll take care of you. The king's heart is in my hand, and I turn it any which way I please. So if the king's heart is in my hand, I'll have that person favor you and what I called you to do. You know, Amen. Let him think. If a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing. He deceiveth himself. So we got to examine ourselves, right? And we got to cast our cares upon him, right? And the perfect love is shalom cast out our fear. We got to examine ourselves, right? Verse 6, but let every man prove his own work, and then he shall have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden. Let him that is taught in the word communicate uh, unto him that teaches in all things. And this is the key scripture right here. Be not deceived, Yah is not marked, for whatsoever man soweth, that shall he reap. And we always take that as a negative connotation, right? But if you sow good, you're gonna reap good. And your bounty is always bigger than the seed. For those who are in gardening and farming, you can put a seed in the ground and you're gonna yield forth much fruit. If you don't sow no seed, then you're not gonna reap no harvest. And I think a lot of times people sow a seed, but then they dig their seed up, right? Or sow a seed, or they faint, and so they don't really see no harvest. Or sow a seed and they don't take care of it, or don't believe, so they don't sow a seed at all, right? Be not deceived, Yah is not mocked. So whatsoever man soweth, that shall he reap. For if he that soweth to the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap everlasting life. And I had explained this earlier today. Um, we because the sin nature and the flesh wants instant gratification, right? At all costs, it wants it now. It wants it. The flesh wants instant gratification. So you can sow a seed to the flesh, and nothing happens yet, and you think that you got away with it, or you had a come up, right? And it's not so much that you had to come up; the harvest ain't come yet. If you keep sowing seeds of corruption, right? Seeds to the flesh, you're gonna reap corruption. I'm gonna say that again. If you keep sowing seeds to the flesh, you're gonna reap corruption. There's no way around it, right? There's no immunity idol involved with that, right? But if you keep sowing to the spirit, don't faint. If you keep sowing to the things of the Most High Yah, don't faint, because you're gonna reap everlasting life, and not just not in the great by and by, but that's that life more abundantly as well, right? But that's the investment. You invest in into your eternal life. I should say it like that. So, like I said, some people that sow to the flesh, they got the instant gratification. Ain't nothing happen. They like, oh, I done got away with it. No, you didn't get away with it. The harvest ain't come yet. And to remember, the harvest is always greater than the seed. The harvest is always greater than the seed. When I do a cucumber plant, I plant one cucumber seed in the ground, and I get at least 20 to 30 per vine, if you know, from one seed. So the harvest is always greater, right? 20 to 30 per vine. The harvest is always greater. And said, let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. What I mean by that is, don't be weary in well doing. Don't be weary in well doing, because we are, as believers, followers of the way. We are always going to be outnumbered in every sector, in every space, whether you in business, whether you in medical field, whether you in education, whether you, no matter what, you're going to always be outnumbered. And the things that you see, the philosophy that's being pushed on the television, the ideologies, the idolatry around us, you can get indifferent and eroded. Erosion starts to happen. You know, the scripture says, Peter, the enemy comes, time comes to sift you as wheat, right? He said, I come that you may have life and not more abundantly, right? But he comes little by little, erosion. You look at all of the sand on the beach, all of them was rocks at one time. The rocks you see, the sand you see on the beach, it's just rocks that has been eroded by water, kept getting hit by water, kept getting hit by water, sometime by heat, sometime by crushing, and now it's sand, right? Sift us as wheat, right? Little by little. So be not weary in well doing. You shall in due season you will reap if you faint not. So continue to sow into the spirit. Continue to sow uh, kindness. Continue to sow into the things of the Most High Yah. So it's not in vain. So we just thank the Most High Yah for all the many blessings that He bestowed upon us, and we can't faint. You know what I'm saying? And it comes to harden our heart, right? Because it's like we gotta love the unlovable sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? They be clowning, right? But the enemy want to get 2 for 1, 2 for 1, right? So he's like, look, this dude or this woman, she wants the things of the Most High Yah. He wants the things of the Most High Yah. I'm going to get him offended, or get him caught up in pride, or get him indifferent, right? And so they can stop sowing to the spirit, they can start sowing to the flesh, so they can reap corruption, right? Because you get what you plant, so you got to know what you plant. If I want to grow cantaloupe, I cannot put, because mustard green is gonna come up, we can't be shocked when mustard green come up because that's what we sow. You sow what you reap. You reap what you sow, rather. I'm sorry. Reaping is the harvest time. You have to sow to the spirit so you can reap everlasting life, life more abundantly, not just in the great by and by and the Shemayim when he return, but even right now. But in that future too, that's a great investment. And we tell other folk, yo, time is short, sow unto the spirit, not to the flesh. Time is short, sow unto your spirit, sow unto the spirit, and not to the flesh. You love Yah, salama. Salama Yasharah. Blessings to you. All right. Yeah. Oh, let's get, yeah. I think that's what's been going on too. Oh, let me see what brothers put right here. Let me see. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, YouTube will subscribe me. Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. It's a lot of weird stuff going on. They lock the numbers and um, certain channels that I play. Um, it roams and roams and roams, and then it like crashes, and then it kicks me. It kicks me off the YouTube altogether. So I don't know if it's a virus or what the heck going on, but it's real weird how they doing it. You know what I mean? Um, and it's not about the truth, man. They want to control the truth, right? They want to shadow ban, and they want, you know, it's not about the truth. And then this is crazy because a lot of this stuff is from another channel on their platform, and they'll come for you. I'm like, well, hold on now. This is on your platform, right? It's been on there sometime for years, right? And but I think it's they you pointing it out. You're making people aware of it. You know, you putting it out there, making people aware of it, right? The same thing with Kyrie a couple of years ago when he was doing the Hebrew the Negroes rundown thing. He didn't say you should watch this. He didn't say anything. He just put the link, and he's a major influencer of being an NBA player. And he put that link on there and went through all of that in New York. You know what I mean? And so sometimes when you point out stuff, they don't like that. It's real weird. But yeah, I believe it's a lot of unsubscribing and stuff because sometimes I didn't see the message. Yeah, I went on Sunday. What, you went on Sunday? Sunday at 6 p.m. If I'm not live, I at least want to upload something that was done already to bless everybody, right? And so it's real weird what they doing. But like I said, this is their stuff. You know what I mean? So we will be getting Rumble and BitChute and a website and different things like that, so we can have our own little hub, see what's going on. Even the YouTube, I mean, I'm sorry, the StreamYard connection to the YouTube page is disconnected, and I can't reconnect it. So I got to go in there and figure out what's going on um, with the YouTube Elephant Man YouTube is disconnected. It's kind of a weird thing. They don't want to bring no. They don't want no They don't want no critical thinking. You think what I want you to think. You get emotional over what I want you to get emotional over. You go through the roller coaster, right? You don't tell others. We don't want you to hope in that in the Most High Yah. We're trying to take the world and the globe um, to a new space, a new place, right? We can't do that if the quote unquote old way is set up, right? And so we have to get you out of fear and different things like that. But we're gonna stay on the wall. We're gonna continue to tell people the things that are Most High Yah. So I'm glad that you came back on and resubscribe because that's kind of a weird thing that's going on with that. So yeah, man, perfect love, cast out fear. We're gonna stay focused. I believe they're probably gonna try to lock it down again. They're probably gonna try to lock it down. But we're a lot smarter this time around. Well, that's one thing I can't. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that because I was gonna say one thing I can say about the rules. The wool wasn't over our eyes because we can, you know what I mean. We can be like, okay, and Not so much that we was negative, but we weren't just going by the play, but the script that they read. You know what I mean? There's too many stones unturned when these things happens. The assassination things and the 9/11 things and COVID itself. I'm not saying people didn't die. I'm not saying people didn't lose loved one, but I'm saying um, how you trying to save people's lives and depopulate the globe at the same time. But that's another story for another day. I don't want to get into all that. How are you trying to? If you're trying to depopulate, why are you trying to save lives? Right? That whole thing where we got some jabs, we finna go over to the continent and practice. No, 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 no. You practice on you and your people. Don't go to the continent practicing on folk. Right? You couldn't sue. It was mandatory. People was losing their jobs. It was just crazy. So I believe that something greater is coming than that. I'm not saying that out of fear, but it's something greater is coming, and we got to just lock into the things of the Most High, Yah, and be ready and be prepared as best as we can, right? But when we hear that still small voice, He is perfect. He's batting 1,000, right? So He is perfect, perfect, 100 out of 100. You know, we always say, and I'm in closing, we always say practice makes perfect. We say practice makes perfect. Uh, But if you went to practice for a sport, let's say baseball, and you win the batting cage and this, that, and other, you're not gonna hit every ball out the park. Or basketball, you're not gonna shoot every. You're gonna be better. You're gonna be more efficient. So the practice makes perfect. The effort that's put into it, you're gonna better. That's not gonna get easier. You're gonna get better and more skillful, right? It may seem easier because of the redundancy of it, but it didn't get easier. You just got better. You got wiser. You got more skilled in that. And so, but the Most High, He batted 1,000. So if you had a batter's box, if he was to get in the batter's box, he he could knock all of them out the park because he already know what it's going to be pitched. For my baseball reference, he know a curve is coming. He know a sinker is coming. He know a slider is coming. He know if you should hit swing out of that all or not. If it's going to be a ball, right? Perfect every time. So we connect to our base, our CEO, Yahushua HaMashiach. We connect to him that is perfect. And when we connect to him that is perfect and walk circumspectly, we know the game plan. We know the playbook. It's like knowing the playbook to the other side. If you playing a team, you know you got the playbook. Y'all, you know football reference now. You got your team there. You got the other team's playbook, and then it's numbered, so you know what they're gonna do. This 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we know exactly what play to do. We can counter. We can counter it. We can counter the play because we know the playbook. And the enemy try to reverse engineer that because he knows the word greater than us, right? Because he been around here for ancient folk. He been around for a long time, so he looks at the playbook and say, okay, this supposed to happen. That's supposed to happen. What if I did this? So pride blinds you, right? So him and everybody that follow him, they dig in the ditch, but they gonna fall into the ditch themselves. So they're like, what if we do this? And what if we, they're having these meetings. You know what I mean? All these meetings to take the whole globe there. No, take you and your family there. What you trying to take all of us for? Right? We ain't going. That kingdom come, that will be done. We want the Most High. We want the will from the Most High. Yeah, we ain't tripping off of you and yours. You know what I'm saying? Especially you have ill intent. You have ill intent. You have intent to steal, kill, and destroy. When Yahusha has life and that more abundantly. And see, it go back to that seed again. It doesn't look like um it's wicked because the full fruit and the full hand ain't been dealt. The whole everything ain't been shown yet. So it looks like they're for you. So you put your trust and hope in it, right? But Yahushua HaMashiach is the long game. But you keep sowing to the spirit. That's the long game. You feel me? It ain't instant, right? It ain't overnight. It ain't It's the long game. It's a marathon. So you sow to the flesh, you're gonna reap corruption again. But if you sow to the spirit, reap everlasting life. So anyway, we about to get off here. We about to pray. We want to get off here. We're gonna have some. Um, we're going to have some. A lot of different things we got going on, man. We got a lot of different things going on. I'm excited, and I thank the Most High for everything that is done is doing. I got my book from uh, Dante Fortune's encyclopedia, and I looked, skimmed through it. It is a great, great, great work. I might just I know it's an encyclopedia for references, but I might just read it cover to cover because I'm like, man, he got the receipts upon receipts upon receipts. You can get it on Amazon, but it's amazing. It's so far so good. So I'm gonna go be skimming through that, and it's not about we are the people. We know we the people, and we're not trying to convince nobody else that we're the people because a lot of them know we are the people, but they want to replace and erase. They want somebody else to be the people. They want to replace and erase. I don't want y'all to be the people. Y'all can't be the people. That'll be terrible, right? They don't want to. They don't want to face the music with that, right? They don't want to face the music with that. For you to turn the apple of his eye to gator bait and so on, so on, so on, so on. But I digress. For y'all think I'm a mean Hebrew man. They don't want that. So I want to make a people that is not a people a convert the people, the actual bloodline, right? Again, he's no respecter of person. Jew and Greek is going to be able to come into the kingdom, right? But it's his way. You can't come in and take over, and I think that's what it is. Like, people come in and take over the kingdom and add and take away from his stuff. This is his. When you become the Most High, you create your universe. You can do what you want to with your universe. But until then, we got to submit to the King, right? And his universe. And so anyway, I'm gonna get on off of here. We just praise the Most High, yeah. We sow into the Spirit so we can reap everlasting life. So we don't sow to the flesh and reap corruption. So, and then we also got to walk circumspectly. We also got to be compassionate towards one another, right? And we just wait for his return. We just wait for his return, right? And he said he comes like a thief in the night. And I always say this: he comes like a thief in the night to those who are not watching, to those who's not in a relationship with him. He's not gonna catch us off guard. I mean, even though we don't know the day or hour, if we in sync with him and we walk with him, then it's not gonna throw us off because we already know, what's going on. It's gonna throw those off who put their trust in horses and chariots and other things other than the Most High. Yeah, they're not gonna be in sync. They're not gonna step, right? Blame the other people, right? Blame this person. Blue gonna blame red. Red gonna blame blue, and it's just gonna be a whole bunch of wars and rumors of wars and different things like that. And say, yo, the place is tore up. We need to rebuild, reconstruction of the globe. Ooh, like slavery, civil war, and then they had to reconstruct and tear up the whole planet. A World War III, tear the whole planet up and then reconstruct it. And those who participate and cooperate, and I'm gonna get all these articles too. So, because some people probably that listen to this be like, man, that dude, he just spouting. But you tear the planet up and then you reconstruct it, and those who are in good standings can participate and cooperate. Right, your social credit score, you up to date on your jabs, you ABCXYZ, right? Um, the 15-minute cities, on and on and on. You can come on back and be a part of our civilization, right? Take the mark, right, and your right hand on your forehead. And they doing that. They got that technology doing that now. They're practicing with that now, right? Okay, we know that economy crashed. Don't worry about it. We're gonna have one global economy. We're just gonna have one global economy. But in order to get your Mario chip, your Mario coin, you're gonna have to comply. Are you up to date on all of your jabs that we want to inject you with? No. Well, guess what? You ain't getting your coin. Do you have the mark so nobody can steal it from you? Your right hand or forehead? No. But guess what? You ain't getting your chip. You spread lies and falsities in their eyes when you tell the truth. Nah, you're not, man. Look, you we censoring that, censoring the truth, right? Have a fake peace and a fake love with the coexist thing. And I remember I told y'all Yahweh don't share. But anyway, see, I'm gonna get me into a whole nother show, man. No, I'm gonna get off here. I said I was gonna behave today. So let's see. You had that. Hey man, look. Oh, you had it. But that's one that we're going to build up an entire nation. Yeah. Let me see. Come on, why my thing don't want to click on there? On the Charles West statement. There you go. I thought this morning we were going to have to build up an entire nation. Yeah. Wilderness bound. Hey, praise God. Wilderness bound. Like I said, we continue to trust in him. That's what I'm saying. We can trust in him and not the world system. We can trust in him. We definitely not trusting in the celebrities. You know, like I said, back in the day, they used to have folk that, they did some big things. You know what I mean? Nah, when it's time to do, Black History Month in school, and they put a poster up. Who was that? That's Lil Flappy. What did he do? He sold some records. Okay, and I'm not downplaying nobody, but I'm saying it's just different. When we had X and King and Douglas and now the things that Gabby Douglas and some of them doing is pretty phenomenal. Richardson and all that. But I'm just saying as far as the celebrities we got, right? So they're puppet by the puppet master. So whatever they're gonna regurgitate, they like modern day gatekeepers and controlled opposition. They regurgitate anything that the puppet master say, and then bam, we take it as fact because we like that celebrity. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, man. Y'all finna try to get me going to another. I'm trying to be cool. Let me see what you saying. Nice, it is. Minister Dante for yeah, man. So it came today. I went on ahead and got a hard copy. Very, very nice. All praise be to the Most High. Yeah. All right, man. We gonna get it ramped up. We're gonna get everything going. We had a lot of things going. We thank y'all for joining, tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'm going to go into the Facebook page and some other pages and say, hey, if you guys see if you guys are still subscribed because there's been some unsubscribing and some other stuff. My numbers is slow dragging. One time it was froze for like 4 months. The same, nobody unsubscribing. And then another time it was just unsubscribing like crazy. And then another time, so it's slow. But it's all good. We're gonna bring the news you can use and the content to make you repent. No, I'm just playing. Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations, dealing with elephants in the room. I am out. Perfect.